This is exactly how I drew it up. Yeah. No, I had no idea this was going to happen, man. But this is awesome, and I'm running with it. I absolutely love this. So, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you're kind of just starting the main event week, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
is it already a little bit different? Have you gotten a little peek of how it
Yeah,
is?
it's definitely different in a lot of ways. But it's awesome. Like, obviously I have more media obligations and more things to do, but this is something that I wanted. It's something that, this is every fighter's dream is the main event of UFC card. So why not? I mean, it would be a little better if it was pay per view, but we'll talk about that later.
I mean, is it a little bit surreal even for you? Like you said, I mean, everybody wants to be here, but it's happened so fast. Is it a little bit like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, definitely the pace in which that it actually has happened is super surprising to me. I didn't think that this was going to be happening, but when you're fighting people like Derek Lewis, obviously people are going to want to see that. So what a better spot are they going to put you in the main event?
Yeah. When a name like that comes, I mean, does it excite you? I don't want to say scare you a little bit, but you're like, are we ready for this? I mean, is there ever that conversation like, are we ready for this?
No, I'm ready for anyone in the division. It could have been Francis or Cyril for a belt. I'm ready for any of them. It's just about game planning. I'm ready to go. There was never any question about whether I was ready to handle this or able to handle any of this. I'm 100% in. I'm ready to go.
I know it's a totally different thing, but I mean, we talk about like pressure, nerves, that sort of thing. But as a police officer, I mean, that's nerves, right?
This is nerves right here. This is nerves. Doing that other shit, I'm totally fine with that. This is nerve wracking right here.
That's funny. So this is the part that you're gonna have to get used to.
Yeah. This is the part that is the biggest thing that I have to get used to. Like fighting in the cage is fine. Like I'm just getting into a fist fight, and then it's doing all this is like my hands are sweating right now. I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, so Derek Lewis, the name comes in. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I got to think this is a guy you've been watching, right? I mean, he's like one of the most popular guys in the UFC.
Yeah, who doesn't know who Derek Lewis is? Like, yeah, I've been watching Derek Lewis for years. I like him as a fighter, as an individual. I mean, I haven't met him, but I like his personality that he portrays. I find it enjoyable. So I have nothing bad to say about Derek, except, we're going to go get into a fist fight, and I really hope that I knock him out.
We know what he brings to the table, right? Yeah. I mean, do you do anything special to prepare for that? I mean, can anybody emulate that in training?
Yeah. I have guys that are really good at mimicking my opponent's mannerisms and everything like that. And I fight with a guy all the time, Pat Brady, who is pretty comparable to the power that Derek Lewis has, and he's just starting out as he just had his first pro fight, so he's going to be one to look out for. But yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned with anything. I mean, they should be concerned with me. I'm not concerned with them.
Do you guys, how much do you talk about like kind of the mental side of it, right? Because like he kind of does that thing where he baits, where it looks like he's exhausted and he's ready for the taking. Yeah. Has that been a big focus of the game planning? Is being aware of that?
No, you just have to be aware of that, and that's just a part of the way that he fights. As as any other fighters would be throwing a jab or a cross, that's a part of what he does. So obviously, I'm going to have to mind my P's and Q's, and if I think that he's hurt and he's really not, I have to look out for the big overhand or the big left hook. But I'm not taking him lightly, and I don't think anyone should.
You said, you want to go knock him out. I mean, given your grappling acumen, I was just curious. It would seem the easy route would be, let's take him to the ground.
That's what a lot of people think. And so you get on top of Derek Lewis, then he just proceeds to stand up. And then you're kind of just like, oh, I guess we're not doing this. Like, so, yeah, I mean, whatever happens, happens. I'm not looking to be in there for 25 minutes. If I can choke him, I'm choking him. If I can knock him out, I'm knocking him out. It's just however he wants out of the fight, he'll find a way out.
What do you make of that? The fact that he's got the Derek Lewis like just stand up defense.
I don't know, man. It's crazy. I wish he could teach me because I roll with a lot of guys who are sometimes able to keep me down. I wish I could just have that once in a little while just to be able to stand up. It's kind of crazy that like world class like wrestlers and grapplers can't hold him down. So yeah, it's a little nuts.
And do you see like why people aren't able to like capitalize on some kind of transition there? Is it because he guards his neck so well with his shoulders?
Yeah, I think he's just a bigger individual, and I mean that works both ways. Like it's harder to get a choke in, but in certain chokes, when that's in, that's in, and it's really not me choking you; it's me pushing a little bit of pressure on your shoulder, and then it's you getting choked out with your own shoulder. Like that's on you for being that big, but we'll see how it goes. I just think that in those transitions, people don't want to jump on that because they don't want to end up on bottom. Obviously he's a huge man who throws big bombs, so I wouldn't want to be under him. So I'm definitely going to be scrambling my ass to get up if that happens.
I know you're probably enjoying this experience and ready to deliver, but I mean, are you thinking about what comes next? Because you beat Derek Lewis, there's not a whole lot of room up at the top in front of that name.
No, definitely not. But my sole focus is Derek, and then no one knows what the hell's going on with the heavyweight elite at the top three people. I mean, you got Francis and Cyril fighting in January, and then you don't know if there's going to be an immediate rematch. You don't know what Stipe's doing. If Stipe's holding out for a title shot, you don't know what he's doing. And then freaking John Jones his name always gets brought up, but that dude hasn't fought in 4 years or however long he's fought. So I'm not holding my breath for him either.
Last thing for me, I guess, what is the goal here, right? I mean, you've kind of exploded on the scene. Do you feel like you got to go in there and do something to like announce your name and show the world, or is it just go pick up the win?
I don't have to do a damn thing. The only thing I have to do is just get a win. I get the win. My name gets right where his was, top 3, top 4 in the division, and then we'll go from there about who we're gonna fight, because I don't see a lot of people I have to fight before I get to the belt.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, brother?
Second fight week with the beard. How you liking it?
I love the beard. The beard is here to stay. The wife loves it. I'm not losing it anytime soon.
Do you feel like you're finally getting the respect and the hype behind your name in the heavyweight division?
Yeah. I wouldn't say hype. I mean, hype is kind of like made up. I just think I'm like a real, like this is real. Like this is what people don't realize is like, I'm a little smaller for the heavyweight division, and then once I get in there and I'm starting touching people up, they realize this is a bad idea. So yeah.
But it's like, and I say that because, Cyril Gane has all this talk about him, and rightfully so, right?
Yeah, he should.
It took him 4 fights to get a ranked opponent, and then it took you 3 fights.
Yeah.
So it's just like you guys are on the same path.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I'm down. I'm fully expecting just to get that push, just like Cyril, and we'll see what happens and how I truly run with that opportunity. But there's really 3 of us who I only see fighting for the rest of the heavyweight division. 4, it'll be myself. Francis could be in there, Cyril, and Tom Aspinall. And I think those are the top names in the division going forward for at least the next 5 to 10 years. So if I have to fight each of those gentlemen 3 times, I don't want to, but I'll do it.
That is fantastic. And then I thought I saw somewhere that you asked for a leave of absence, and your and the police.
They said no. So I'm here with you guys hanging out. Yeah. So pretty much, I tried doing the leave of absence. The plan was to run out all my vacation and my sick time that I accrued, run all that out, do a leave of absence. I wouldn't be getting paid. I wouldn't be getting any kind of medical. I wouldn't be getting any benefits from the city. The only thing the city was doing was pretty much holding my spot as far as being a police officer. I would do that for 6 months. Then I would reassess. The city would reassess on whether or not I absolutely had to come back or if I had to leave. And the city pretty much told me to go fuck myself. And then I was like, all right, cool. So I'll see you guys later. Here's all my equipment. This December 1st was my last official day. So, yeah, so it's been like 2.5 weeks of being a civilian. It's pretty cool.
Is that kind of scary?
Nah, man, this is awesome. I get to hang out with my son all day. I get to hang out with my son all day, and then me and my brother go beat the shit out of each other. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one for you. I know he's the opponent Saturday, but do you have some appreciation for Derek and the fact that he took this fight? I mean, he's number 3. He could have just kind of squatted on spot a little bit, tried to get the Stipe fight or something, but that's his MO. He's willing to fight down. He's willing to fight the guys who are on the rise up. So do you
absolutely
appreciate that?
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. And the same thing with my other last opponents. So they didn't have to take the fights with me. I wasn't ranked at the time, especially Olenek. He didn't have to take that fight with me. And the Shamil fight, I mean, I'm super grateful for those guys to test themselves against the up and coming guys, and Derek's awesome for signing the contract, but when it comes time to fight, I'm looking to break his face.
Can you put a finger on why that seems to happen more in this division than others? Is it because maybe there's less fighters at heavyweight, or?
Yeah. I just think like it's a pool, like a talent pool type thing. I mean, we might have, I don't know how many UFC fighters in the heavyweight division, but it's nothing compared to like my brother's weight class of 185 when there's like 100 fighters or 150 fighters, however many. So I really think it's kind of like if you get in at heavyweight, you might get guy off the contender series or a guy who just got signed, and then all of a sudden you're right in the mix.
And Derek is going for the sole possession of the UFC knockout record in this fight. Okay. How motivating is it to not be the person who's on?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that's not going to happen. So I'm just trying to knock him out or choke him unconscious before that happens. But yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Sorry to hear about the position with the police force. I wish that would have been able to work out for you.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, with the fact of that you had this main event coming, did that make that decision easier for you to kind of step away from it?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, just the whole UFC career and just where I'm at in life with my wife and my son, it's you know, I tried, you know, just doing everything with the police department as best as I could, portraying, you know, everything, and then they kind of just told me kind of like you need to pick one, and I respect that as an employer, but at the same time, they're losing record numbers of cops. Like normally it would be like, you know, one cop or two cops every, you know, couple months that are resigning. Now they're doing 5 to 6 a week who are resigning in Philadelphia, and we don't have a deep police force. Yeah, we're a major city, but I think the total number was like 6,500, and 1,000 of those people were IOD, which is injured on duty, or who were leaving. And then you have, you know, 5,000 cops to run 1 million people, or over 1 million. And, you know, we have record number leaving. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, listen, I don't want to leave. I just want to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll see how this goes. If not, I'll dedicate everything back to you guys. And they're like, nah, get out of here. So I was like, okay, no problem.
Well, I know a lot of times too, you know, the gut reactions. Now, is that something that, you know, in time that you think you could go back? I mean, you didn't burn any bridges, did you?
No. I didn't tell anybody to go, like, no, we're okay. I hope we're okay. Certain people I haven't, I should have, but I didn't. So I can't wait to get those texts. Yeah, but no, didn't burn any bridges. Certain people in the police department suck. You know who you are. But nah, yeah, man. Like, if I want to go back, it's gonna suck because I'm gonna have to go through the academy again. I'd be
really?
Yeah, because I resigned, so I completely. I mean, unless I go to like Florida or like wherever, and then I can probably lateral over, just take my credits from the police department over there. But yeah, I would have to go through the academy again, and that's just like high school, so that sucks. Yeah.
So at this point, you're completely all in. I mean,
I'm all in.
You have to. I mean, was that the decision that you think were you already to that point before the main event that you thought you were about ready, or, you know, did you feel that you maybe needed a couple more wins before you were willing to kind of do this?
No, it was kind of like a 10-year mark type thing. So I got the 10 years in July, and then it was kind of like, all right, well, we'll see where this goes and how this is taking off. And then the main event was kind of like a little cherry on top. It was like, yeah, we should probably start focusing on this, like 100%, not like 50-50 or like 60-40. I really should be 100%, and you know, I'm 100% in.
Well, I wonder if this question even works anymore. I know a lot of police officers like to joke around with each other, and you did say, we talked about how Derek is a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Did you have a lot of the boys in blue sort of rooting for Derek?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they still do. So I think they're still pulling for Derek. So, yeah, screw those guys. Screw those cops.
And then lastly, we're getting ready to go into the Christmas and the holiday season.
Yeah.
You know, what's a typical, you know, Christmas for you like when it comes to what you do with the family and what's on the menu?
So I'll do like Christmas Eve. I'll usually do it at my grandmother's house. We'll do that, or I'll do it at my wife's house. And then during Christmas time, like the actual Christmas day, I'll hang out at my house, and then we'll go to, you know, my brother's house. And then menu was kind of varies by where we're at. Normally it's like a ham. My grandmother puts on like the 7 fishes and all that for Christmas Eve, so that's really good. But yeah, just all kinds of food. I'm just really looking forward to getting like, you know, have like a beer or two and like enjoy some good food. I feel like I've been in training camp this whole year, so it'll be really good.
Best of luck on this weekend.
Thank you.